Welcome to Under the Sun podcast. I'm Ilea.
And I'm Irene. Grab a cup of coffee and your comfiest sweats and join us every Monday as two best friends discuss everything from raising free-range gremlins to business and really everything under the sun.
Let's get started and thanks for being here.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. It's been a minute. A lot of life has happened. It's 2023. And something to update you guys on is I have a new co-host.
Welcome. Hello.
This is my bestie, Irene Colgan. And I say Colgan because she's also my sister-in-law.
No,
and
we're not sisters.
No.
I am married to her brother.
Yes. We get that. People kind of get that confused sometimes.
Yes.
Like when we're public, they do not pair Jacob and I as siblings. They say, oh, you know, you two are sisters. But, you know, I just want to give you a quick update on Emily. Emily is fantastic. We are fantastic. She just has a whole lot going on right now with all of her clients. She's a practitioner and she has a business that way. And she's also homeschooling her kids and just super busy. So we wanted to keep bringing you guys all of the content of
super fun content,
everything under the sun. And so Irene and I have always talked about starting a podcast together.
And we also talk just too much in general. So
too much in general.
We might as well roll it.
We've also started this thing, which I really, really love, where you FaceTime me on the way to work. And like, we kind of like, we're both like doing things and there's not really like that.
Nobody's
like,
looking at each
nobody's
other.
looking at each other. We're just like, yeah. So like this thing happened today. It's really great. But now we finally get to have a podcast together. And
until someone needs to nurse or someone gets a boo-boo or someone needs a drink of water.
Here we are.
Yes.
Yes. I'm excited.
Me too.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
I mean, it's our podcast. Like we're both gonna like.
It's weird.
It's just
weird to not be a guest.
No, you're not a guest. Like this is ours. It's just it started out one way, and we're just kind of, building it even more. And so I'm really excited. Yeah. And another thing to mention is that we are in a new location. Mm-hmm. So just a quick update on that front. We sold our house that we were filming in before. Do you want to like give a quick like rundown of the services that your salon provides?
Yeah. So literally everything from like brow waxes, wedding makeup, wedding hair. We have one guy that still does perms. The rest of us refuse. Cuts, colors, massage, facials, manicures, pedicures. Probably if you ask for it, we can probably do it.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's where I come. And fun fact, you and I used to work here together.
I kind of forgot that you used to work here.
Yeah. Like 9 years ago.
Yeah.
Before she owned this place as a salon, we both used to work here under a different owner when you kind of first got into hair.
My second salon out of school, but I think I started here like 6 months after being licensed.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So wait, before we get into that, should we back up the storyline? Back it on up.
Yeah.
Because you're my sister-in-law. Mm-hmm. You're also my best friend. Mm-hmm. Let's just like back up and like start and tell people how we became the besties that we are.
So I am not from here. I'm from New Mexico. Jacob and I met in Georgia, and then 6 months after we met, he invited me to come out and meet his family. And I was like, oh, okay, great. Apparently he did not tell them anything about me. So I show up to their house and there's 17-year-old Ilea?
Yeah.
Sitting on the couch like this.
Well, no.
Staring at me.
Yes, I was.
And I walk in like Hollister polo, hot pink DCs, hot pink jacket, as like skatery hot pink as you can be. I'm like, hey everybody, like covered in glitter.
And I was never like, I rarely ever wore makeup, and I'm kind of back to that way, but like that's just postpartum. But like what had happened was like 20 minutes before she gets to our house, Jake's like, oh, by the way, can we clean up a little bit because my girlfriend's coming into town and I want her to meet everybody. And we're like, what? You have a girlfriend? And like we didn't, like I had never met a girlfriend of his ever. And he was always like, I was the baby sister. So he'd always poo-poo anybody I dated. They were like, they're not good enough, which in hindsight, I'm like, that was really lovely that he like didn't like anybody. But also then I'm going to be mean to your girlfriend because you were mean to all the boys that I liked. And so you walk in and I tried to hate you. And then
I kidnapped her and made her listen to Fergie in the car. That was great. It was a good time.
I still don't forgive you for that. But no, I get in the car to go to like some, what?
I think it was Chili's.
Was it
It was Chili's.
Class Act?
Oh, yeah.
What year was that?
Chili's or IHOP, one of the two.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it was IHOP. I think I
Denny's.
have a picture.
Was it Denny's?
No, I'm pretty sure it was IHOP. I have a picture of me in that like skater. I was wearing like a skatery hand-drawn cartoon robot t-shirt.
Wow.
And then I'm going to find that. If I find it, I'll post it
We'll post
on the Instagram.
Yeah. And I get in the car with her and her friend who came because, you know, you don't just travel across the country
No,
to
that
meet
time
a guy.
I came alone.
You did?
Oh, the time I kidnapped
Will
you.
we talk about safety someday? Like in a future episode?
Yeah, one day.
We're going to talk about
One day
how
we'll
you
talk
shouldn't
about
have
the
come to
things
a
I
different
did
state
that
to
I
meet
will not
with a
let my
man.
daughter do.
Yeah.
No, I guess the time I kidnapped you, I was with Jeanette. So that would have been in 6 months after I first met you.
I think I didn't really like let you in
Yeah.
in the first time because I
Yeah.
was like, I don't know about
It's
her.
Fergie. Fergie opens it up, apparently.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say I liked you then either.
I actually don't remember when we became friends.
I don't know.
I think
It
as
just
I,
like it
kind
just
of
happened.
forced
Like,
my way into Jacob's life, I also forced my way into yours. You're welcome for me.
It was great. I mean, it's great in hindsight because now we are how many years later?
14.
Gross. That's really
I
gross.
moved here January of 2010. And it is 2023.
Gross.
Yeah.
That's really gross and wonderful at the same time.
Yes.
But yeah, she was just singing every single word to a Fergie song while she was dancing in her Converse shoes, like driving in a minivan.
Oh, yeah.
Were you in a minivan?
I was in a minivan.
Yeah. And it was like sensory overload because I was not a girly girl.
No. And you grew up in Florida listening to like Jack Johnson and chill beach music. And I grew up in Skatertown listening to Avril Lavigne.
Yeah. Yeah.
Always wearing hot pink and black. So.
Yep. It was awesome. And you taught me all the things, how to fix my hair. In some ways, like you're a bestie, but you were also like a big sister that, we got to, I say big sister, you're like 2 years older than me.
Yeah.
So 3, 2,
No, 3.
3. But anyway, so came.
Yeah, I guess we should say that I wasn't 17 when I moved here.
No,
when your brother was older. I was 20. So
still a baby.
Still a baby.
Still a baby. But fast forward, we lived a lot of life together. We worked for the same company. You owned a salon within Jacob's.
Yeah. So if we fast forward back to the salon realm, I was working here and then splitting half my time over at Jacob's company, which was video production. And I was doing highlights, and then I'd have to zoom over and do makeup for a video shoot, and then I'd have to zoom back and do a haircut, and it was getting to be too much. So in 2013, we built a salon inside of his company where I could bring all of my clients and then just do everything in the same location. So we worked together then.
Yeah. And all this, like, it may seem a little confusing because it is, because our lives were are still very interlocked, because during that same time we were also touring around the country, and she was doing backup as we toured with my country band.
Yeah.
And so during all of this, then they get engaged and they get married, and I stood second at your wedding. And then,
well, first you were my maid of honor.
Oh shoot.
So you were right behind me.
Yeah. Well, I don't even know how I said that. My brain wasn't working. But
you stood next to me. You were second.
I was your maid of honor,
Yes.
and then you were my maid of honor. And then fast forward a little bit more to when you got pregnant with Riker and had Riker, and I was able to be there and film, which I want to look at that footage someday.
And cut both my kids' cords.
Yeah, because Jake was too squeamish about it. Yeah. Dave, I think Irene is going to have to cut the next kid's cord. Like, it's only fair.
Yeah.
So you got one.
I thought you meant my own. I was like, yes, I'm in, but I think I don't.
You should cut your
I
own
don't
cord.
know if I'm gonna. Oh gosh, my kids are gonna be 18 one day. I was like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to cut the cord,
Yeah, you will.
figuratively or emotionally, when my kids are older and when the next one is born.
Guys, this is a different podcast.
We'll
Different
get there.
podcast.
We'll
but-
get there.
So then fast forward again, she gets pregnant with her second child, Nova, and I was also there and cut the cord. And then you were there for
The birth of your
birth of my child,
Yeah.
and she filmed it and all the
both
things.
of us on the opposite end of the camera, right up the hoo-ha.
Yeah, right up the hoo-ha. She really got the money shot. You really did. It's one of my favorite shots, but I can't put it on YouTube because I'll get demonetized.
Well, and I told the photographer that was there, Libby, I was like, look, I don't know anything about aesthetics. You get the pretty shots. I'm just there so she can see everything that happened when she's ready to look at it.
Yeah. And it was awesome.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, do you want to share a little bit about anything else in between
Probably, but I forgot my notes. Listen, I don't sleep. I have 2 children.
Well, that's
like
what you
15 employees and a husband, and I don't know how to remember anything unless I write it down.
Well, it's okay. You're a high functioning human.
No, I think that was it. The important parts were that we're not sisters. People all the time will say, "Oh, I saw your sister the other day," and I'm like, "My sister-in-law." "Oh, you guys married?" Like, "No, I married her brother," and they all go, "Oh."
Yeah, but you have a lot going on, but we're really excited about.
Yeah.
I don't know who's listening to this if you're a mom already, but we're really excited about prioritizing.
Yeah.
Even if it's an hour, I don't know, 20-minute podcast a week where we can share about the things that we're really passionate about, like concealing and caring as a female, and like living a low toxin life, and
finding the balance between being home with your kids all the time and then getting away from your kids when you need to, and everything,
and marriage, all the things under the sun, and
basically everything we would talk about if we called each other on the phone anyways.
Right. But we want to give you a sneak peek into it and let us be your, like, I don't know, figurative, like your hypothetical big sisters or slightly middle-aged, not middle-aged,
early middle-aged,
slightly wiser women in your life, because as, I don't know if you feel this way, but as I look back on my life, I'm like, oh, I wish I would have had more people who would have spoken more life into me, like more women who would have been like, hey, like, it's actually really great to be a mom. Like, yeah, there are hard things, but like, it's not going to ruin your life.
Yeah.
There's a lot of great things about it. I wish there were more women like that. And I want to be that voice for other women to be like, hey, you can do it all. Like, you don't have to choose between a career and having kids. You can do it both.
And a lot of, well, this is going to age us, but like a lot of our age bracket was like, how fake can we look?
Yeah.
How perfect can we look to the neighbors? And podcast didn't exist.
Yeah.
Instagram didn't exist when I was in high school. So now it's like people are appreciating realness. So we don't claim to know everything. Half the time we're just guessing, but I feel like we've guessed right a couple times.
Yeah. And, you know, I really think it's important to talk about, we actually, don't tell Dave this, he's switching right now for us, but like we had standards. I don't know about you married my brother, but we had standards when we got married, and we want to share how to like find good men and how to like raise a family. We're not pros by any means, but we would like to be able to speak life into any moms and young girls out there. So
absolutely.
We're just excited that you're here, and we will be posting
every Monday.
And we're really excited.
Yeah. It should be fun. We talk anyways. Might as well do it.
Yeah. And it's a really, truly, like, if you're a mom, you can probably relate to this, that like, it's an excuse to also get slightly dressed up and have a conversation and also get something checked off the to-do list.
Yeah.
What?
Because I love what I do, but also like my career field is like doing things for other people. Like I'm washing someone else's hair. Then I go home and bathe my kids and wash their hair. And I'm offering, and I love everything about my job, but it's like I'll offer clients coffee, and then I go home and I make my husband a coffee. So it's like, this is my time to just be a person.
Wait. We need to discuss
what?
The competition of our husbands also have a podcast in this very same room.
Yes.
I just wanted to say a little bit that this podcast started before the Chasing Mountains podcast started. Now, we've been telling them to record their conversations for many moons, and they finally listened to us.
They can thank us for any success they have, and they can take us to the Bahamas as a treat.
Yes, as a little thank you. But the Under the Sun podcast is the podcast that my husband Dave and her husband Jacob, my brother.
Wait, Chasing Mountains.
Shoot, what did I say?
Under the Sun.
Dang it! I am a professional. Chasing Mountains is my husband's podcast, Dave, and her husband Jacob, my brother's podcast. And they film it right here. They're actually going to film right after us, and we're going to switch for them because we support each other's dreams, but also I want to crush them.
Yes.
We
debated for a split second calling it Chasing Bigger Mountains, this podcast, but we liked Under the Sun better. But,
yes. Anything you'd like to add?
No, we'll see how the performance goes between the two podcasts.
That boils my blood. I cannot.
Listen, I grew up in a competitive household. Everything was sports. Like my mom will come and visit to watch the kids because I have the only set of grandkids at the moment on my side. And she'll be in our kitchen in our house, like calling my brother, please give me your login. I have to watch the game. And she'll be in there screaming at the game. And we both like kind of chuckle at her. But that competition, like,
see, I have no sports competition, but like I want to squash them.
Yeah.
I love you. But also like
Yes.
take us to the Bahamas, whatever.
Yes.
But we're really excited.
That Bahamas thing goes both ways, though, too, by the way.
Okay.
It's true.
Challenge right
but
now.
Here's the thing.
Whoever
the fellas have been to the Bahamas without us.
they have.
It was
Willfully.
really romantic,
Yes,
by
it
the
was
way.
romantic. I have a nice
Didn't
picture
you take
that Dave took of my husband in a bathtub with a nice rainbow and all this foliage. So
Don't say foliage. That makes me like, ugh, I hate it.
not his foliage, tree foliage.
No comments here. No comments. I'm going back on mute.
I'm sweating. Are you sure you want to be in this podcast together? Listen, I love to do this to her all the time. You missed like half a non-recorded conversation that we had
Oh no.
like 30 minutes
I
ago.
have to like not think about the fact that you had 2 kids with my brother.
Yeah.
And that you're my friend. Like sometimes like it's a
Yeah.
little separate in my mind.
Yeah.
But we're all really
Yes.
we're really excited.
Yes.
And we're definitely gonna squash the guys.
Mm-hmm.
Do we want to publicly say a challenge?
Yes.
What is it?
I don't know.
If we
I'm
get to
in.
X,
Where are we going?
If we get to X, then if we get to X first, then we'll take the boys to the Bahamas. If they get to X first, they have to take us.
How many do
Regardless,
they
we're
have?
going to the freaking Bahamas.
Yes. Someone take someone to the Bahamas.
Is it subscriber or is it views? They're kind of squashing us on views.
I know. And subscribers. We'll come back.
We'll
when
come
we
back and
more
we'll
of a
have a
realistic
challenge.
competition.
Yeah. Okay.
Also, on a small sideline tangent to that, the best vacation, we always tell everybody that the best vacation we ever had is when she and I went to Florida, which we'll get into that story on the next episode because it's relevant to that situation. But to this day, we still tell people our best vacation is when we left the guys and just went by ourselves. So
I wasn't even with him.
that's true. It's the best trip.
Anyways, any parting thoughts for your
No.
first Under the Sun?
I'm excited to be here.
I'm excited to have you here. This is gonna be great.
Yeah.
I can't wait to see where this goes.
Yeah, me too. Thanks for joining us.
Goodbye.
Thanks for being with us today. Follow us on Instagram at underthesun_podcast. We'd love to meet you.
Please help us out by subscribing on YouTube and leaving a review on Spotify or Apple Podcasts. We'll see you next time. Please remember this information is made available to you for informational and educational purposes only. It is in no way a substitute for medical advice.
My knockers look too low. Should I pull this up? Should I tighten my bra strap? Listen, I'm breastfeeding. Things are heavy.
You look good. We're rolling, by the way.
Welcome to the podcast, everybody.